Men are haunted by the vastness of eternity. And so we ask ourselves, will our actions echo across the centuries? Will strangers hear our names long after we're gone and wonder who we were, how bravely we fought, how fiercely we loved?
Looks like we found him, sir.
That's confirmed. Standing by for further confirmation.
Confirmation, sir?
Affirmative confirmation.
It sounds like you're saying cunt-formation.
Is there a problem?
Say con.
Con.
Now say formation.
Formation.
Now say confirmation.
Confirmation. This isn't helping the mission. Focus your attention on the objective. Cunt.
You just blatantly called me a cunt. We shouldn't be down here, sir. This isn't safe.
This is the only way we can defeat the feminazis. If you have a better idea, I'd like to hear it.
It's definitely him, sir. It's Milo Yiannopoulos. It almost looks like a really shitty cutout done on Microsoft Paint and edited in Sony Vegas using an old film quality filter.
Excellent. Take him back to wrecked feminist videos.
Giant tropical centipedes share their territories with tarantulas.
I've taken some time out of my busy schedule, being fabulous and doing my hair, to prepare a speech for you. Well, a few remarks, really. Feminism is cancer. Thank you very much.
Despite its impressive length, it's a nimble navigator, and some can be highly venomous.
All of the traditional imbalances between men and women have flipped, and very recently.
No, that's
and when
incorrect,
young
because
men,
when you go
may I be allowed
further
to
in the
finish?
business,
Sorry,
that's
I'm talking
not
about men, darling.
Well, this is exactly the problem. This is institutionalised sexism.
As quick as lightning, just like the tarantula it's killing.
Don't pay any attention to it. Don't listen to it. We're not in an age of gender equality. Straight white women in the West are the most privileged class in the history of our species.
It has the effect of making women unhappy, and women have been getting more unhappy decade after decade after decade since the Second World War, since this stuff started to happen.
Okay, we're debating, we're not being offensive. Are we?
No.
So what would you say?
I was talking about science. I mean.
Okay.
The centipede has two curved, hollow fangs, which inject paralyzing venom. Even tarantulas aren't immune from an ambush. This centipede is a predator.
That 27% of women say that they feel to have been harassed. Now, if they feel they have been harassed, then are you saying that they're doing it because they want to get away with it, or that they want to feel important?
I'm saying that they need to grow up. What I'm saying,
and do what? Allow men to say things to them, touch them,
not first of all, not use their sexuality as a weapon, which many of them are. They get approached by men who are already incredibly timid about approaching them at all. There are all these new rules about how men are allowed to relate to women. Nobody ever tells boys these rules. Nobody knows. No, these boys don't know. They go up, they might ask a girl out. I mean, you're talking about statistics from the sort of place that says that unwanted sexual approaches constitute harassment. That's in that definition. Well, you'd have to close down nightclubs if you don't want that to happen anymore. A man approaching a woman and being rebuffed. In my mother's generation, the woman would have said, "Get lost." Today, she's off to the guidance counsellor's office and filing a sexual harassment claim. And the only difference between the men that she says yes to and the men she says no to are whether she's sexually attracted to them. Sexual harassment these days is being defined as whether or not the woman is interested in the man. So, obviously what happens is the ugly, unattractive guys who hit on women and get turned back get accused of sexual harassment. It isn't sexual harassment asking someone out.
I mean...
Within that definition is unwanted advances. That's not harassment.
Yeah,
harassment's what Bill Clinton does. Grabbing intern pants and putting it on his erect penis. I don't see much of that going on in campus.
centipede.
I don't know what to say. I mean, this is sort of
Confirmed kill.
But there's also evidence that even in the most enlightened and equal societies, women stubbornly refuse to make the choices that feminists would like them to. For instance, if you look into emerging economies, you discover that the split between men and women in subjects that lead to very high-paying jobs, whether it's physics or computer science or maths, it's pretty equal in many cases, because those women don't have much of a choice but to just do it, get on with it, and make a living. When you look at societies that are famed for their feminist credentials, that are the most equal places in the world, Sweden, Norway, the West generally, frankly, you discover that a gap opens up and women stop choosing to do certain subjects when they have the full range of options available to them. And what you discover is something counterintuitive, and it's that when women are more free to make decisions, when women have more options available to them, more money, and better access to the institutions, to education, to the workplace, and they have great access to the workplace. They have better access to the workplace than many men. 2015 Cornell study, yeah, you can look it up, shows that women have a 2-to-1 advantage over men going for jobs, academic jobs in the STEM field. Please do look it up. You discover that women just won't make the choices feminists would like them to. And they don't make those choices because, yeah, unlike radical lesbian feminists, some women want a family and children.
Now, it's interesting, if we get back to the question, it's interesting that, that it's even being framed like this at all. Because what the research shows, the Pew Global data from 2014 shows, is that actually it's men who get more abuse online than women. It is men who get more death threats. It's men who get more violent threats. The only thing that women beat men at, this is Pew Global data, is the gold standard of research. The only thing that women beat men in is cyber stalking. And guess what? A lot of the people doing the stalking are other women.
Confirmed kill.